Okay, NFL honors last night. Heck of a show. Keegan-Michael Key is so
very funny.
The opening and talented.
Was awesome. And it was great.
Oh man, it was great. And to include Gronk and Dak and Roger Goodell and his opening number and singing and all of that business, just awesome. And the way this thing works is if you are a presenter, and I was honored to be asked at NFL Honors to front the announcement for the Pro Football Hall of Fame. And when that happens, they come get you. They, meaning the NFL Honors production, comes and gets you and then puts somebody very well dressed in your seat.
Yep.
Okay, Susie was my plus one. Sorry, Chris. And, we were right there in row 2, right behind Josh Allen. And I told him down in front a couple times. He's a very tall man. And Susie's sitting next to Mark Andrews of the Ravens. And so it comes time for me to be taken backstage. And I'm backstage. And at this point in time, all of the 32 nominees for the Walter Payton Man of the Year are lined up backstage, getting ready to come out on stage. And I pass by Walter Payton Man of the Year nominee for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Mike Evans, who I have not seen in a very long time. And I said, "Hey, Mike, how you doing? We have a nice chit chat." And I just said to him, "Look, you're very talented, man. So just a couple of 2 unsolicited cents. Stop throwing footballs into the stands, okay? Will you please?" And he took it seriously. He looked at me and goes, "I will never stop." I've been doing this a long time. And I am not stopping. And I'm like, I know that, but you threw Tom Brady's last career touchdown pass into the stands. And his response to me was, "Yeah, I didn't know it was his last touchdown pass when he did it. Like, we're trying to come back, and I caught that pass, and we're coming back, and I'm throwing that as far as they can throw it."
He's got a good point there, I guess.
He goes, "I had no idea." He goes, "I had no idea at the time."
It's a good point. And
I said to him, I'm like, "Okay, but do you know where that football is right now?" He goes, "I have no idea. Nobody has any idea. No, where is that football?"
It's on film somewhere.
It's not on film
because it goes out of frame.
Dude, he scores over Jalen Ramsey, and he threw that thing. That had to be 30 rows deep.
It was pretty deep.
I'm saying someone in that crowd, everyone's got their phone running all the time.
Yes.
There's video of that ball going, and it's out there somewhere. We just don't know who has it.
They're marked.
It's definitely marked.
And they're marked.
Somebody's got Tom Brady's last career touchdown pass. In the
By
playoffs.
the way,
And what?
Big bucks.
yeah.
I know.
That's figures, man.
No, it's so
G5,
whoever's taking Tom Brady's place, guess what? You throw it to Evans, it's going in the stands.
Yeah. Your first
That's what
touchdown
he
pass.
said. He looked at me, took it seriously. I will never stop. I've been doing it before Brady. I'm going to be. Yeah.
Your first touchdown. Don't throw it to Mike Evans.
So here's the greatest now. Okay, so now hold on a minute. All right. This is great. You're going to love this. So now they take you through the back, and now through this, created with piping and curtains and whatever. You go through the curtains. No. You go through the curtains in the back, and then it's like this small little green room area with a bar. And that's where all of the Hall of Famers who are set to announce the current class of the Hall of Fame are all hanging out. And I'm now hanging out with them. And it's Favre and Kurt Warner and Steve Young and Bruce Smith and Emmett Smith. They're all there. And one of the people who's working the area for the YouTube theater goes up to Bruce Smith. I swear to you.
Uh-oh.
She says to him, "I am a huge fan of yours. I saw you on Family Feud."
Oh, God.
At which point, At which point, I said to her and to Bruce Smith, I'm like, "Oh, a lot of people have seen Bruce Smith on Family Feud." At which point, Steve Young goes, "What do you mean?"
Oh, no.
And I say to Steve Young,
Did you pull
I'm
it
like,
up?
"Steve," and Bruce Smith starts asking, and I say to Steve Young, I'm like, "Steve, I don't know if it's appropriate for me to tell you or for you to just watch it."
Watch it.
Once again, this is what happened on Family Feud with Bruce Smith. Go ahead. You got
If
that?
Captain Hook was moonlighting as a handyman, he might replace his hook with what tool?
A hammer.
Try again.
A penis.
Tell me the age a kid is too old to sleep with a what he said?
Sure enough, Steve goes, I'll Google it.
Oh gosh.
And I don't see him for another couple minutes. Now we're all backstage right behind the curtain, on the other side of which is the actual stage. And they're all lined up, getting ready to go on the air. And Steve Young is watching this video on full blast.
Oh, God.
On full blast.
What?
Because he doesn't know how loud his phone is.
Oh gosh.
I guess. And people are now turning around seeing this thing. And he looks at me. He's like, you're not kidding. And Young's like, what's he thinking? And I'm like, I don't know. Bruce is standing right there. You can go ahead and ask him.
Wow.
Oh, my God.
That is incredible.
You're welcome, Steve Young. You're welcome. Hour 2 with Sean Payton coming up. We're still here on Peacock.
That's amazing.
Steve Young.
Steve Young, later on, getting ready to get back into our seats. He's in the wings, still watching it for like the third time. Still watching it for like the third time. Now I'm uncomfortable because he doesn't know how loud his phone is. Do I tell Steve, like, you should turn that down a little bit?
Like, it was loud?
Just like,
It was all the way up.
Was it Del Tufo taking calls type loud?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, I am loud. But yeah, that's
Yes. But it was so funny. Like, I wasn't expecting this at all. I wasn't even thinking it, seeing Bruce Smith, who was there in his NFL 100 jacket. The other Hall of Famers were there in their gold jackets. And Bruce Smith showing up in his NFL 100 jacket is the way of saying there is, hey, all y'all fellow immortals, there is one more step up.
one more
There's
tier.
a little bit of an upgrade. You know, you turn it up to a Spinal Tap 11 with this burgundy jacket.
He's still an imposing figure. Bruce
God,
Smith.
yes.
Holy cow.
But just like this very sweet lady who basically came up to his hip, came up to him and said to him, not about the Bills, not about anything.
I love your work.
On
From football?
Family Feud. And then I just couldn't help but just say out loud, I'm like, oh, you're not the only one talking about his Family Feud appearance. And Steve Young, round and cute, is like, what do you mean? Oh, Steve.
Amazing.
Steve, I'm about to make your world, man.
What, can you imagine Steve Young's laying in bed
I just
and just still
couldn't-
watching it?
I just couldn't. I
goes
couldn't.
home.
Oh, and he also said he saw Trey Wingo, our first in-studio guest of the week, talking about his old girlfriend when he was here. You know?
Yeah.
And then
Was he like,
telling
what
his
the
Halle
heck?
Berry story. That got to Steve Young, too.
Yeah, it did.
Was Steve like, what the heck?
Yeah, Steve's like, I'm just sitting around.
Put me on blast all week.
yeah.
He's just because the reason why the Hall of Famers are all lined up is for an event like this. They want you to read through your copy first, so you're not reading it for the first time on the teleprompter. So you have to kind of like keep quiet. They want you to read it like you're going to read it, but you have to keep it down a little bit because there's the whole production's on the other side of the curtain, and a bunch of other people are working, and it's kind of like a quiet area. And there he is with Steve Harvey and Bruce Smith blasting it on his phone. It was fantastic. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.